Let's take a look at composite transformations, example 1. So in this example, they give us the verbal description, and we have to write the algebraic rule, fill in our table, and graph it. So given A is 0, 0, B is 8, 1, and C is 5, 5, we need to reflect the figure over the x-axis, and then translate right 6 and down 1. So let's use this description to write our algebraic rule. So to reflect a figure over the x-axis, we always take it and change the y. So we would say our original points are going to become x stays the same and y would change. And then if we translate that, right 6, so we would add 6 to the x, and down 1, we need to subtract 1 from the y after we reflected the figure. And so our final algebraic rule I'm going to write up here in these blank spaces. So we have xy is now going to be x plus 6 and then negative y minus 1. It's a combination of the two things that have happened. And then I'm going to use that algebraic rule to help fill in my table. So x plus 6 will be first, and then negative y minus 1. Alright, so let me back out so we can see our points for a minute. So A is at 0, 0. B is at 8, 1, and C is at 5, 5. And then we need to apply our rule to figure out the points that go with the image. So x plus 6 would be 0 plus 6, 8 plus 6, and 5 plus 6. And then negative y minus 1 would be negative 0 minus 1, negative 1 minus 1, and negative 5 minus 1. And that will give us 6, negative 1, let's see, 14, negative 2, and then 11, and negative 6. So the only other thing we need to do is put the points on our graph, plot our graph. So I'm going to label A prime, B prime, C prime, and then grab the blue pen so I can keep my color scheme going. So looking at our values that we need to graph, we have an x value of 8 and a y value of 14. So we have some larger numbers to deal with. So let's make our graph on a scale of 2. So if I need to go 14 and 8, and then let's see, the y has to go down 6 is the lowest y value. So I think this will work to draw the x-axis right about there. And I'm going to move that over a little bit. Okay, so let's make our graph have a scale of 2. Hopefully all that'll fit pretty decent now. So we have A is at the origin at 0, 0. B is at 8, 1. So 2, 4, 6, 8. And then up half of a box would be point B. C is at 5, 5. So that's 2.5 boxes and then 2.5 boxes up. And then we could draw our triangle. Alright, then let's graph our image. So we're at 6, negative 1, which is about right there for A prime. B prime is at 14, negative 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Negative 2 is about right there. And then C prime is at 11, negative 6. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, negative 6. Perfect. Alright. So that is it. It should look like our original triangle reflected over the x-axis, but then it translated right 6 and down 1. Alright, that's it for example 1.